want to play the game with China. You know, American people, especially the wealthy minds, like billionaire, millionaire, they still sleeping. They still haven't awake. There's a China and the United States is a strategical competitions. It's not play the game. They are still think about China will play the game. China want to get more money from the United States. They are still sleeping. You know, they haven't wake up. They haven't got any license from the global pandemic. Global pandemic is a key and the core competition between China and the United States. But I cannot talk too much about the global pandemic. The first scenario is Trump just used a financial weapon, a financial war against China. Like the Trump said, I will use a tariff, I will use the tax, I will put 100% of the more tax on the Chinese goods come to United States. Okay, United States will lose the war against China in the next 4 years. Why? This is not only financial weapon to against China. This is not financial war. China is not focused on the Taiwan. China is not focused on the money. China's strategy is take global power, global dominance of the international stage. It's not only want to get a little more money from United States people's pocket, from UK people's pocket. They not focus on the little money. They want the dominance. Why? Just now, the Heiko talked about with other people's sides. China was a planning economy. China is some people said the Western countries plan the Chinese economy. You know Huawei. Some people know Huawei company. This is a telecommunication infrastructure manufacturing. You know, China is the biggest telecommunication infrastructure communication. Okay, why they focus on this part of that? Because every telecommunication, they will control the information. Control the information. That's a win. Your prime minister, the Keir Starmer, talk with Trump by phone. China will know what you are talking. You know, you send an email to the United States White House, and Trump will send an email to the Keir Starmer. They will know everything. That's the information. That's the information wars. That's the technology wars. If Trump only used the financial weapon, financial sanctions on the strategical competition with China, United States, probably they will get the big trouble. After the 4 years, I say that not for the first 4 years, from the next year, 2025 to 2029. After 4 years, United States got the big troubles. Big troubles.
Why?
Because they don't realize what happened in this global stage.
What's happening?
Yeah, you're just coming. You don't listen to me before. So okay, I will tell you that American, the top leader of the American is just a play game with China. They will lose the war and get trouble in the next 10 years. I will talk about the second. Yeah. Okay. Yes. I will talk about the second scenarios. Second scenarios is China have the announcement that they will start the war, Taiwan war in the 2027.
They will lose.
2027.
Who will lose?
You know, Taiwan and China was focused on the Taiwan Strait. Yeah, listen, okay. And this is our critical competitions. Very critical competitions. What will happen? United States and the UK and all world, the Western countries want to keep the current situation in the Taiwan Strait. No one want to make any change, but only one countries want to make change. That's China. Because China have a legitimate challenge from the Taiwan government. I already talked about that. In the Taiwan government, the government name is the Republic of China. This is a previously legal government for whole China. For China, Beijing government want to make an announcement that I'm a legal government for whole China. They must finish Taiwan government by force, only by force. Because I talk about that, China's power, China government power is coming only by force, only come from force. Chinese people do not believe the God. The power is not coming from God. China do not do elections. The power is not coming from people. China was authoritarian. This is a centralized power government.
That's the problem.
This is a force. So if you want to say, where your power is coming from the force.
Hang on a minute.
Yeah.
Hang on a minute.
That's not true, China. I disagree. I fundamentally disagree, sir.
Okay.
Let me put an alternative.
Yeah, let's be arguing. Yeah.
How can you disagree?
You like controversy? In China, not only now, but historically, the government ruled not by force, but by a form of consent, and a form of consent derived from the sense that the society is a meritocratic society. And this goes back to ancient times when China established a system of bureaucratic administration based on examination. And examination was based upon written responses. And because in China, the crossbow, the crossbow was developed very early. So you could, in this whole period of medieval history that we had in Europe, where a man with armor would come and smash a skull with a mace or a sword. In China, the peasants had crossbows. They shoot straight through the armor and kill the officials. So the officials would come to the village or the city with edicts, with text as to how the rules of society will be organized.
Yeah, I understand your questions. I understand your question. So the High Court side, China was ruling by the text, by the words. But why the people all follow your words? Why the people do not follow other people's words? The words, behind the words is a power, is a force, is a mandatory force.
But that's true everywhere.
Yes, it's true everyone. For the other countries, you have the army, you have the navy, you have the air force. That's your words was followed.
But how
You
often,
don't have the army.
how often is
Yes.
the army used in China against the people? Not very often.
That's a deterrence.
That's
There's a deterrence. You know, China have a 2 million standing armies, and the China have another 2 million armed police, armed police.
Yeah, but 1.4
No.
billion people.
This is already biggest in the world. The already
But
biggest one in the world.
That's one person for
Yeah.
every 500 people.
So that, yeah, I will talk about the continue my topic. The second scenario is United States, Western countries, UK, Canada, they want to keep the situation, the current situation unchanged in the Taiwan Strait, but only China want to change. Because China will finish the Taiwan government. They will finish the legitimate challenge from the previously legal government.
That's a good thing or bad thing?
That's it. That is the China have the potentially they have the announcement that 2027 they will finish this problem. They will finish this the biggest legitimate problem for China or Beijing government. They prepared this war for over 75 years. From 1949, the foundation of the People's Republic of China, the Beijing government, until today, they never stop to prepare in these wars. Because China do not believe the Taiwan government will surround inside. I will give you everything. I will give up the everything, and I will go back China. That never happened because the Taiwan is not colonies. Taiwan is not independent countries. Taiwan was part of China, and their name is the Republic of China. They must finish it. So that's why the Trump government in the first term of the Trump, they write the letters to the Xi Jinping and the Beijing government, but they put the name is Taiwan government's name, Republic of China. It's a big humiliate for the China. The humiliations, very big humiliations, because China have the two presidents. That means that Trump says you are sorry.
Enough, no?
Humiliation. That's humiliation. Yeah. Always finish. Always finish. Humiliations. Yeah. Sorry. Humiliations. So that is a big problem. Big problem for the Beijing government. If Beijing government gets the other countries like United States, UK, send the email, send the letters that with the Republic of China, the Beijing government will feel big problem.
What can they do though?
They can do that. So that's why. So the second scenario is,
You said second already.
yeah, second scenario is China initials, China starts the Taiwan war in the 2007, even 2027, even 2028 or 9.
Blockaded.
You know,
They'll be blockaded.
United States is far away from the Taiwan Strait. It's over whole Pacific Oceans.
The Japanese will get involved.
Japanese will get involved.
Philippines, people from Philippines will get involved. The government
Yeah, you know, yes.
US bases.
But 50 years, 70 years, United States take the coalition of the United Nations in the Korean Wars. But United States lost. What's 70 years before? China is very poor countries. Very poor countries of the United States. So that's a very big trouble.
Trump.
The Trump will
Do
be
you like Trump?
drawing.
Hang on.
Yeah.
Do you like Trump? Yes or no? He'll be a politician.
No, from my perspective, he is a businessman. Is not politicians. He is a businessman. He is not politicians. The businessman only focus on the 4 years, but the politician will focus on the next 14 years.
What you need?
Next 14 years.
What do you need?
Well, I don't need anything.
Go on.
Okay, thank you very much.
No,
Happy New Year.